Hey again, if you noticed I'm wearing the same clothes, it's because I am wearing the same clothes. It's the same day. It's actually about 15 minutes later from my last video. So, welcome back. It's probably tomorrow for anyone watching, um, but it is 15 minutes later for me. But we're watching episode 2 of season 1 of Dragon Ball. The title for that episode, if I could just be on my game and know before I press the record button, that'd be so dope. The Emperor's Quest is what we're working with today. The God, the intro is just so good. Seize the day and make new friends along the way. If I get copyright claimed for that, fuck you. It's fuck you. It's that would be absolutely ridiculous, considering I am a nothing channel. Um, but yeah, it's just really fun. The colors are really great too. Like it's just pleasant. It's just pleasant. We open on a shot of a setting sun against another mountainous landscape. We see an owl with a hat with a star on it. Bulma and Goku are riding on a motorcycle as the narrator recaps the last episode for us. If you want a kind of hint of what he sounds like, as if you haven't heard his voice before, it's like on the last episode of Dragon Ball. So, something to that effect. Um, he's hungry again. Goku's complaining about being hungry. We get the title card, The Emperor's Quest. Um, Bulma and Goku have pulled off to the side of the road to break for the night. She reveals to Goku that one of these capsules will make a home for them. They will have shelter just from this capsule. Uh, it turns out Bulma also has a motorcycle jacket with her name on it. Beginning to get the sense here that Bulma may be a little obsessed with herself. It's very possible. Goku, once again, does not trust the technology that is before him. He sees the house and is like, this is a new monster. Which, I have to wonder, what kind of house-shaped monsters is Goku seeing? He's astounded by the fact that there is electric light in the house, which just goes to show you, like, how sheltered he is. He grew up in the woods in a mountainous area and I guess just hasn't been to the city once. Um, he turned on the TV and after a bit of channel flipping, Bulma is enamored with the romance scene that's unraveling before them, which gives you another hint as to her character. She's uh, very concerned with love. We'll put it that way. She was so concerned she began drooling and is now criticizing Goku about his stench. He just asked, "What is a bath?" Once again, Goku, sheltered, fucking lives in the woods. Um, his grandpa's not around, so he's got to figure it all out for himself. Um, she she's trying to help him get clean. He immediately got naked in front of her, which of course embarrassed Bulma. He has no concept of like shame, I guess, uh, which is very respectable. Bulma had thought previously that the tail on Goku's body was like a plaything. Um, she's finding out that that's not the case. He, he's using a loofah with his tail, um, which is just what a what a fun effect. This is a weird look for the video. Um, but yeah, she's absolutely flabbergasted as to why Goku would have a tail. Um, but she's doubting herself because Goku's like, I thought all boys had this. Um, and Bulma's like, well, I haven't bathed another boy before. They could all have tails. Which has just awful implications for her next lover, or her first lover. I'm not sure that she's held a boyfriend before. Um, but yeah, if she's assuming they all have tails, rude awakening incoming. She's now bathing with bubbles tastefully covering her in the United States underage bappies. Uh, so that's great. I'm pretty sure she's 16 here, so I think it's fine in Japan. Once again, I'm not sure. We're about to find out, actually. um, Bulma just called him a kid. She asked him what she has to be ashamed of, and he said, not having a tail. It's very funny. Goku walked into the bath while Bulma was bathing because once again he has no sense of shame, and once again he's hungry. Goku has like three character traits: hungry, unashamed. Uh, Third character trait. We've now swapped back to Pilaf, Emperor Pilaf, mind you. He wears a red, blue, and black, like child's cap, like you would imagine with the spinny top on it, and is currently coveting his 1-star Dragon Ball as he eats a feast meant for an emperor. The table size is comically large. It's like probably 75 times his size, and it's filled to the brim with food. He's chastising Shu. Um, oh, he's he's displaying uh, what we in the biz would refer to as a little man complex. Um, he's just has a very quick temper, and he made a short joke about himself, um, and then proceeded to fart and blame it on Shu. I don't believe I explained in the last video. Shu is a dog. Shu is an anthropomorphic dog. Carries a sword on his back. Wears kind of like a purple onesie. Um, and is currently restrained by four hands. Pilaf at this point has gotten his hands on a chainsaw and is threatening to eviscerate Shu if he does not admit to farting in Pilaf's presence when it was him that did it. Mai drops in from the ceiling. We love Mai. She's super hot. Um, Mai kind of sells me on bangs as a look. I'm a bang hater by nature, but she can make it work. She's spicy. She is the more competent of the Pilaf henchmen. In fact, she's basically the leader of the gang, um, but is content in being a henchman for Pilaf for some reason. She's just relayed intel on where the location of other Dragon Balls may be, and naturally, that will lead them to Goku. We flash back to Goku, and he's extremely underwhelmed by the food that Bulma has to offer. It's like an American portion of food, um, but he's like, this, it's just isn't enough. Not happening, gal. I'm trying to see if her nighttime outfit has her name on it as well. Couldn't tell. He's gone out to hunt for more food. Mid card, we get a shot of a wolf howling against a crescent moon as a Goku. I thought it was a different character. I couldn't tell. It was too dark. As Goku bounces through trees, once again like a monkey. The only thing that he was able to find was a centipede. But he's presently astounded by a plane flying overhead. That plane holding Mai and Shu, and probably Pilaf as well. They've landed. Shu's a funny little lad. He he has a lot of the same childlike qualities that Pilaf has. But they just stepped into a graveyard and are both very frightened. And they saw a bit of glowing. I think they hope that it's a Dragon Ball. But down drops Goku. This is the first meeting of the Pilaf gang and Goku. More to come from that relationship. I believe Goku spotted some food and is jealous of them. The glowing revealed to us now was a pack of wolves, and they're all very hungry and have like super tiny eyebrows. We get stills, very tasteful stills, of Mai and Shu being afraid and Goku going into fucking combat mode. Um, and his martial art prowess doesn't too much show here, except when he's using the power pole. He's very skilled with it. Um, but he kicks and punches like a child would. The wolves have hopped onto him and latched on in an attempt to just try to get anything. And he had the power pole extend to boost him into the air as Mai and Shu are trying to get away in their plane. And he kicked it down. And it fucking exploded. It exploded completely. There's no way they survived it. They're dead. And there they are in a charred tree, hanging from limbs. Oh, I just noticed this. In Bulma's capsule home, there is a photo of a girl with purple hair. I believe that's supposed to be Arale from another Akira Toriyama property. That is very cool. I hadn't seen that before. Um, I think she's in a police uniform. But Goku brought home a uh, an animal, cooked it, ate it entirely, no meat left on the bone. Bulma called him disgusting. She does not have her name printed on her nightwear, but she does have a nice little like yellow star. They're about to head to bed. Goku was wanting to sleep on the bed with Bulma. Bulma was like, I'm not sleeping with a boy, especially not you. Goku seeming like uh, he wants to have a little sleepover. They were in the midst of a conversation and he fell asleep. Another character trait of Goku. Just willing to sleep at the drop of a dime. And honestly, me too, buddy. Me the F2. He got a full night. Mm. Bulma is still knocked out, legs spread apart. Goku has climbed up onto the bed with her, laid his head on her crotch area, and realized that there is no wiener. I don't know. I don't know how to best put that, but like it's a very classic part of Dragon Ball, I guess. Um, yeah, he laid down and found out that there was no wiener, and then he pulled her panties down and looked and saw that there was no wiener, and screamed and woke Bulma up, and she thought that somebody had stolen the Dragon Balls because that's where her priorities lie. But nobody had, and she immediately forgot about that interaction. More to come from that later. But once again, we're reminded that Goku doesn't have concept of gender and barely has a nose. He's gone outside to exercise, uh, and by that he means picking up really big boulders and just fucking tossing them around. The one that he just picked up, he crushed between his hands. He like picked it up like this, just fucking chunk. Oh, and he's now picked up Turtle, uh, as he would be referred to in the sub. Uh, Kame, Turtle is one of my favorite characters. I love him very much. He's very old. He's very wise. If you couldn't tell, Turtle is a mainstay character. He's got a bit of a dopey voice. You know, like, oh, what's his name? Droopy. He's got a droopy voice. kind of a downer sounding, but I think that's just meant to indicate that he's slow, not that he's, you know, no fun. Which, at points, Turtle is no fun. He reveals that he's been trying to find his way home and got lost. Bulma says, "Let me go check my map," and then pulls out like a full book that says map and says, "Bad news. You're fucked." She doesn't say that for uh, word for word, but uh, Goku offers to help get Turtle back to where he needs to go. And Bulma immediately, "No, you can't do that. You have to help me." Which, again, Bulma, very me centric. But Goku's just kind of like a pure hearted individual. He just wants to help where he can. And I respect that. Um, so he does. He runs off to help Turtle. And Bulma just yells after him. But then looks over, notices all of the Jurassic creatures, and hops on her bike to catch up to him. She's like, "What are you doing without me?" He's like, "I thought you didn't want to come along." Um, Goku teases her, calls her scared, but they sort of set off to help Turtle, and that's the end of that episode. Um, a fun one, not too much happens, uh, but we get Turtle, which just he's a great guy. Um, his friends offer a whole lot more uh, than he really does. He rolls with a crew of problematic bachelors. I like to call the Squad. That's a Saturday Night Live reference for those of you knowing. We've got Launch in the outro too. Um, I guess I can talk about her now since Akira Toriyama continues to not give a shit about her. Um, but he's a character, or Launch is a character that he created that he just keeps like leaving out of stuff, which is crazy to me because she's in the uh, outro for Dragon Ball, and she's also in the outro for Z. At least on the Dragon Box, when I'm watching it, she's like right there running with the main cast, and she just doesn't really get screen time. But that's okay. I appreciate you sticking around with me. Um, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this synopsis of this episode, and uh, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.